guys, it's Fluffy Fro here with another video. So I am doing a destashing series and it's going pretty well. I'm just crocheting with the yarn that I have in my stash until I can afford to buy new yarn. And today I'm making a cardigan. So I have already started on the back panel. I'm making the same cardigan that I made in my pink video, Valentine's Day outfit video. I'm making that cardigan in these colors. So this is the Big Twist Tweed. This one is white, and then the other color, this one is gray. So I'm using the Tweed white and gray from Big Twist. I have 2 of each color, so I have 4 skeins of yarn. So I'm like, that should be enough to do a cardigan. Like, I think 3 of the Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn was able to make a cardigan last time. So four Big Twists should be able to make a good size cardigan, like a adult size cardigan. You know, a cardigan to fit me. And then I'm thinking, I'm holding my thoughts, but I am thinking about making it a custom listing, this cardigan, but I don't know yet. I will make a cardigan, a custom listing, but I have to make, like, I made one for my friend and I was gonna use that, and then I was just in such a rush and so much going on that I didn't feel like going to take the pictures and whatnot to like make a listing. So but this one, I also don't know if I want to use this cardigan to make a listing, since I would have to find a different brand of tweed yarn to make tweed an option. So, and I hope it looks good. First of all, we have to figure out if it looks good. The first 2 rows, it's alright, but I'll know after another 2 rows. Like, once I put back the gray in there, like, we need to really see how it's really gonna look. So after a couple more rows, I'll check back in and let you know if this is actually the sleigh that I thought it was gonna be. Because I did buy these yarns, and then in my mind I was like, oh, I can make that cardigan with tweed, because I was like, ooh, tweed looks very, you know, professional and cool. So I'm like, yeah, hopefully they look good together. Because right now, these 2 rows on their own, I'm not impressed at all. But yeah, so I'll be back with an update to let you know, like, just a few more rows to see if it looks good. And then we'll keep it going. I'm hoping this cardigan will be finished by the weekend, but I don't know. I mean, I finished that blanket pretty quickly. It was 2 skeins of yarn pretty quickly, but my hands tend to hurt on and off. I have homework to do, and I have books I want to read. So there's a lot I want to do, and so we'll see how far I can get. So I'll be back with an update. The colors look good together, I think. I think they look good together. So I'm going to continue working on this. But at the same time, I'm not going to continue right now. I'm about to go do my homework. But I just wanted to see. It's weird that the gray kind of looks bluish greenish on camera, but yeah, it's interesting work. This is my first time working with tweed yarn, and like the little pieces are like kind of want to fly away, and I'm like crocheting them back into place for some of them. So I do wonder what will happen when you wash it. Like, there'll just be less tweed the more and more you wash it. But anyway, that's the update. I'll see you guys hopefully when probably the next clip will be when I'm done with this back panel. Bye. So today I decided to come outside and crochet. So right now I'm about to go into Barnes and Nobles. I just went shopping at shopping. I didn't buy anything. I went to Ross, TJ Maxx, and Rainbow. I wanted some work shirts, but the prices just were not where they needed to be. I was like, everything was above $10, and I was like, no, like, what happened to $7 shirts, $5 shirts? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'd rather make a shirt, you know? So I might end up making a shirt, but I'm still working on that sweater, so cardigan. So I'm gonna go look at some books, probably gonna buy some books. Yes, because I've been wanting the books. I've been holding off. I was gonna wait till September to buy the books, but I'm gonna buy them now. And this Barnes and Noble has a cafe, so I might actually like sit and crochet and, you know, be all cool. So hopefully you guys will see me crocheting in the Barnes and Noble. So I just got back from the Barnes and Nobles. I was gonna sit and crochet, like I finally made my purchase and I was like, oh, it's time to go sit in the cafe. Only to realize that the cafe is Starbucks. I'm like, oh, I don't do Starbucks. So now I'm like, do I go somewhere else or do I go home? It's 7 o'clock, so I'm like, I'm hungry. So I'm like, I could just make myself something at home and, you know, save some money. Especially since I just spent more money than I should have buying books. I almost spent more because there was a new series that I was like, oh, I'll buy that, and then I was like, no, chillax. So I am going to go home and I'm gonna eat at home and crochet at home, I guess, you know. And then I went to I looked high and low. It was literally high. It was on the second floor for the craft books. And there aren't that many crochet books that I would get. Like, I got one book one of the last times I went to Barnes and Nobles, and this is this book that says 500 stitches. And so they were selling it at this location as well. So I was able to look at it and compare it to other books that are stitch related, and there was just nothing there that I wanted. I was like, there was a lot of books on origami and like making certain creatures and plants and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want that. I'm good. I'm good. There's like a few stitches that I would love just to have the patterns for stitches. Like, that's what I want. Because if I know how to make a rectangle out of it, I can make anything out of that stitch, you know? So yeah, that's the end of the outing, I guess. I'll see you back at home. I didn't even get to pick up the hook, the project. Like, now my bag is just full for no reason. So, but I got books, and that's what mattered. I am home, and I just want to show you the haul of the books, or what I got from Barnes and Noble, just because. Let's start with the small stuff. I got some more bookmarks. You can never have too many bookmarks. I love the magnetic ones. I have so many series that I'm in the middle of, so it's like, it's great to have more bookmarks whenever I start the new series, you know? Then I bought this journal for $10. Honestly, I was gonna buy a leather one that had an owl on it, and then like the pages were on this part of the pages, it was feathers. And then I saw another one that was hardcover, but it was moon space themed, so it had phases of the moon on the sides. Both of those two that I just mentioned were $40. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, gold is good enough for me. And so I was like, I'll get the $10 book, especially since it's not something I needed. It's just a blank page journal that has the little bookmark thing. So, you know, didn't really need it. Oh, and ooh, I also got these markers. They're ridiculous. The prices of the markers were insane. And then, oh, hold on. I got volume 4 and 5 of this series, The Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine, because I have books 1 through 3, and I was like, yeah, if I get these books, I can start reading that series and read those first 3 books and then save these until the next book comes out, and then I'll be using one of these bookmarks to put in these books. That's how it works, you know? And I also got volume 3 of Kill the Villainess. I haven't started reading this one yet. It's coming out real slow. Like, volume 3 just came out, so I'm like, oh boy, gotta keep waiting for the next one. And this one, Father, I Don't Want This Marriage, I got volume 4. It's the only one that is like coming out that I'm like up to date on. Like, I'm gonna read it as the books come out, you know? All the other ones I've been trying to that's all that I got. All the other ones I've been trying to like leave a book or two before the next book comes out. So it's like I said, for this series, I won't be reading book 4 and 5 until book 6 is officially out, you know? I don't want to be the pressure I feel reading this series of like, oh my gosh, now I gotta wait till, hold on, let me check. I don't even know if this one is one that's coming out this year. Man, I don't even see it on my list. I'm like, where is it? It should be under F. But they're not in alphabetical order. Oh. Yeah, it's not on this list. So I actually don't know when the next volume of this book is coming out. Oh, yes I do. Here it is. I wrote it as I don't want this marriage, father, but it's called Father, I Don't Want This Marriage. I just put the father in the wrong place. So volume 5 comes out in October. So I have to wait till, after I read this, I gotta wait till October. And I have it on hold in the library. That's just how bad I wanted to read this book. It's on hold in the library 6 more weeks, and I would have been able to read it virtually. But I was like, I'm gonna buy it, the regular copy anyway, so I might as well just buy it and read it instead of waiting for the one in the library. And I also was tempted to read this one, which is called The Villainous Guide to Not Falling in Love Volume 3, in the store, because they had it in the store, and I was like, it's not a library, so you can't just go reading the book, so I didn't. But they gave me volume 4, and I'm like, but I need volume 3. The whole time on volume 3 is just a little bit longer, way longer than volume 4, and I'm like, I don't want to go back online for volume 4. That's why I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta figure out a way to get 3, because I don't have those physical, those are mangas, and I don't have the physical manga. I was thinking about buying it, but they didn't have volume 1, so I was like, you don't need to buy the manga. So I'm like, yeah, so I think I'm gonna read this tonight. Like, if I go on, I could go on and on about my books. Like, I was reading in a reading mood, and I read Villains Are Destined to Die, volume 4 and 5, and now I have 6 and 7 just sitting there waiting for me to read them, but I won't, because I'm waiting for volume 8 to come out in October. So yeah, so you know, after I read this one, I told you what the next one is gonna be. It's gonna be this one. It's not gonna be this one because I don't want to feel the pain that I'm feeling reading this series. So that is the haul. I'm gonna go crochet, and am I gonna crochet or am I gonna read this book? I don't know. Tomorrow I have my nail appointment. Excited because this one, no matter how many times I put nail glue in it, it keeps lifting off, and I'm like, it doesn't fully, like, it hasn't done anything to make it fully hurt yet, but I'm just in fear that I will accidentally push down on it like this, doing something, and it'll hurt like hell. So I'm like, please don't. So anyway, I think I'm gonna go read. And then after I'm done reading, I'll crochet. Like, that cardigan's not getting finished this weekend. This is gonna be a long video. I just probably won't film too many more clips. Like, until I'm done with the back panel, I don't think I'll film. No, actually, I'll film maybe tomorrow, even if I don't crochet, because I have my nail appointment, and I'm going in the area where her studio is. Like, there's this market, and I might go there and just look around, browse. Last time I got a bunch of rings, so maybe this time I'll get some more rings. Actually crazy. I came in Michael's to get some impeccable tweed yarn to finish my project, only to find Big Twist, and now I don't see the Impeccables tweed yarn that I was looking for. I'm like, this is one of the colors, but I do not see the gray and the white. I'm gonna keep looking. Notice anything different? I dyed my entire hair jet black with permanent color because that semi-permanent color was just not working. But anyway, I did say I was gonna come back with an update. Literally yesterday, walked into Michael's because I wanted to check if their Impeccables tweed yarn would look similar to these Big Twist yarns. And then I saw Big Twist yarn in Michael's. I was like, I saw somebody post a short about it, but I thought it was fake because they had the comments off. So I was like, why would you lie like that? You know? But turns out they weren't lying. Who knows why they had their comments off? I don't. Anyway, I did say I was gonna come back, show you the back panel. Here is the, oh my gosh, and it still fell. No. Here is the back panel, and it is like, well, sitting down it feels like it's full coverage, but standing up it's like just a bit under the belly button. It's not like with high-waisted pants, you know, it'll do what it needs to do, but it's not like gonna be a long sweater, a cardigan. And then I started the second panel. Have not made any I haven't touched. I might have crocheted yesterday, but I didn't crochet today yet. So yeah, and also during that Michael's trip, also the last clip of me talking was like, oh, let me go look for the Impeccables yarn. Yeah, the Impeccables tweed yarn that I was looking for, the color white and gray, they don't sell it at the location that I went to. My Michael's location that I always go to, they don't sell it at that location. And I was like, that's ridiculous. I saw it in the app that they had 4 and 6 in stock, so why is it not here? Go back in the app, turns out they were telling me about a different, they were like, yeah, they don't sell it at that location, but this other location has this many in stock. And I'm like, oh, I just didn't see that. So very, very upset about that. But because of that, I also was like, well, I can't buy that yarn online, so I was like, I have to see in person. But I was like this, and I was like, okay, so I had a $15 voucher that came out of nowhere because I hadn't shopped at Michael in a while. Like, I've been walking in and out of Michael's, especially when I went to Miami. I went to a Michael's, didn't buy anything, you know, because we got Michael's at home. That's what I was thinking, right? And so I walked out and I was like, I'm not gonna get anything at all. Like, I'll just use my $15 because you get a month to use the voucher. So I was like, I'll just use it at like a later point in September. But then I was like, yarn, it was also buy one get one half off in yarn. So I was like, but there's this other yarn that I want that I've been talking about across maybe 2 videos. And I was like, I went back into the car and then I was like, you know what? I should just use that $15 voucher on that yarn because that's the yarn that I want anyway. I'm gonna get it at some point. And because I'm making a blanket, I'm like, it's gonna need a lot of yarn. So I'm like, we might as well start now. And eventually, you know, it won't cost us too much in the long run. So I went back in there and I was like, I'm gonna go get that yarn. And what is that yarn? It is the Karen Cloud Cakes. It's super soft. I'm like, also they claim that it's a weight 4 yarn, but just look at that. It is so thin in comparison. Well, now that I'm feeling them side by side, it's not way thinner than that one, but it just looks and feels way thinner. But it's so soft. I was like, yeah. So I got 2 skeins of that. And then since I was in Michael's, I also been wanting a cup bottle for that will fit my cup holder, because I have this bottle which I ruined the outside of it with Mod Podge, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna Mod Podge it and go on the cruise with it anyway, even though it said it needs 4 weeks to cure. I did not take 4 weeks. I only took maybe a week or two to let it cure, and then I also sprayed another thing on top, and it's like peeling, and I'm like, it looks so bad. And like, some of the stickers now look dirty because of the peeling, and I'm just like, gross. But that bottle, love it. Keeps my water and ice for hours, sometimes days, you know, if I decide not to drink from it a lot. So I looked at CVS, and because I don't shop at Target or Walmart, so I was like, and I'm like, I'm not fully against Stanley, but like, I kind of didn't want a Stanley, so I was like, I'm not gonna get a Stanley from Amazon, you know. And then I was like, okay, CVS, they sell water bottles and whatnot, and I went on the app, looked it up. There was one that I was like, oh, this is a nice color. It fits in the cup holder. It's like that same cup design. And only issues I read, there were 3 reviews on it, and 2 of them were bad. They were talking about how it's cheaply made, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh, not the cup for me. So I was like, all right, no CVS. Go into Michael's, and I see a bunch of these cups, the Astrid cups that are, I'm like, perfect. It'll fit my cup holder, and it has the little thing to cover the straw, even though I wanted one that was like this, where it closes down, but whatever. So I settled for this because it was on sale. It was originally $20, and then I got it for $13. No, got it for like $11, right? And I was like, oh, great deal. While I was checking out, I was like, let me quickly look up some reviews. So I went on, I Googled it, and then TikTok videos came up as some review search results. Quickly was browsing through those while literally checking out. So I was a little disappointed in myself, because I was like, man, I should have done that before I went on the line, but whatever. The people kept going, you know. I was at a self-checkout, so I read, everybody was ranting, raving, like other people got it on sale in previous years for cheaper, like $10. So I was like, okay, cool. Everybody is saying that it keeps the ice for at least 24 hours. So I was like, great. Love that. Come home, wash it, fill it up with ice and water, have a few sips, go to sleep. I wake up, just water in there, and I was like, yeah. This thing keeps the ice. I was like, even if it melts a little bit, like, the ice is there when I come back. So I'm like, now it's not like I want a bunch of bottles. Like, I have lots of bottles and stuff like that. Like, I just wanted one that fits in my cup holder, so when I'm driving around, I don't have to have this on the seat flinging and flanging all over the place. Like, I literally have to put that in a seatbelt when I'm driving. So I'm like, such a pain. Now I really do have to, like, I have another one that I think does hold temp. The only thing is, it's this shape without a handle, and it also doesn't have a straw, which I have straws to put, like reusable straws to put in there, but I'm like, oh my gosh, such a like pain. But I will continue my cup hunting journey for a cup to fit in my cup holder journey. Like, I will keep using this baby, but yeah. So I'm like, maybe I should have looked up the brand that this is, but I got this from Walmart, and I no longer shop at Walmart, so I'm like, oh, whatever. Anyway, so I might have to look up that brand online and see what the manufacturer has to offer. But that is my rant and raves about cups and my experience at Michael's. So I do not recommend this Astrid cup. It does not hold the temperature, and also there was condensation on the outside, and I was like, yeah, no, why would I want it to have condensation? Like, this does not have any condensation ever. So like, It's only ever wet on the outside when I wet it up on the outside. So as soon as I saw that condensation, I just knew something was off, and I'm just very annoyed and disappointed that I was right. But yeah, it's my birthday in 2 days, so I don't know if I'm going to film more of this in this weekend, but I will finish this video at some point because I will keep working on this. I just feel like, okay, this does not look like it's enough to make 2 front panels. So I'm like, okay, you know, and then the other 2, I was like, that I think that those 2 could make the sleeves, which is why I really wanted to see what the tweed yarn for Impeccables look like in person. So I'd be like, oh, I could use it. But now that I'm like Big Twists and Michaels, maybe if I wait long enough, they'll bring the tweed as well. So I'm like, maybe, just maybe. So I don't know when this video is really gonna get finished, because it's like I really don't feel like I have enough yarn to finish the project, but I will do my best. I will keep working on it, and then when we run out, we run out, and we'll figure out what to do at that point. If we're gonna keep it going, or are we gonna, like, you know, what are we gonna do? Yeah, so that's the update. See you guys. It's my birthday, and I just want to give you a quick little haul of one of my presents since it's crochet related. Ugh. Here we have this yarn holder. Oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, this yarn holder, which I'm excited to try and test it out, especially since it can hold multiple skeins of yarn. And I work with a lot of the projects I do work with multiple skeins of yarn. And then I also got some yarn. So I got this Lime Brand Heartland yarn, and this one is in the color. I am gonna look at another one just to make sure. This one, I got another one, so that's orange. This is green in terms of just looking at it. Okay, so this one's Kings Canyon, and this one is Yosemite. I might be saying that wrong, but you know. And then this one's a nice blue one that is the color Carlsbad Caverns. Okay, so and then the last thing was some buttons. So this will go great with my buttons collection. I finished setting up the stand, and I'm about to show you because it's way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. This is the stand. It's on the floor. It's literally next to my yarn cart. It's almost as tall as the yarn cart. Like, look at it. But I'm excited to work with this soon. I have finally finished the second panel, the first front panel, and this is how much yarn I have left from the first 2 skeins. I'm like, okay, I probably can actually finish this project. I thought about it. I was like, okay, I have this cake. I think this is white. Right? This is the Hobby Lobby white, I think. I'm like, I think I also have a small thing of ivory, so whichever one looks best, but I think this one would look okay, because like when it's, yeah, whatever. So basically what I was thinking was when I'm working on the sleeves, I'm just gonna work them up to a certain point, you know, maybe like here, and do the cuff and do like ribbon cuffs with this, and then for the trimming, which is supposed to go around like here, also make that in this color, like the buttons and all that. in this color, so it just ties it all together because I just don't feel like I have enough yarn to do all of that. But I do feel like I have enough to, like, especially since I finished this panel, I'm like, oh okay, like it's good. It's good. We just need to make the second front panel, and I feel like this could make at least half of that front panel, and then the sleeves, you know, just do my best. For this, I think I might do it in the round instead of separate panels, just because I wouldn't know how much it will make 2 separate panels. So yeah, I think I'm gonna work in the round. That's gonna be tricky, but we're gonna figure it out together. So yeah, that's the update. I really thought I was gonna put this video on hold until I found some more tweed yarn, Big Twist tweed yarn, since Michael's was like, oh, we got Big Twist in store. But it's starting to look like the Big Twist they have in store is just whatever was left over from the warehouses that didn't sell out before the stores Joann's liquidated. So I'm like, okay, I got this yarn like miles from my house. So I'm like, the Michaels that is by my house is definitely not the one that would have gotten the inventory if they did still have tweed yarn at that Joann's before it shut down. So with that in mind, I am going to continue working on this, use this or the ivory. I think this will be fine because I'm like, this is white. It's tweed white, and it's like, it's just a different shade, but it's not to replace it in the pattern, it's to add as an accent color. So I'm like, either that or the cream, whichever looks better. We'll get there when we get there. The next update will be when I finish the second front panel. So see you. I'm back with a quick little check-in. I started the second panel. This is my progress so far. I got a couple rows in. This is how much of the white I have left, and there's no more of that first ball of gray. So I have set up this system. I'm about to walk on my mini stepper while crocheting, so I set up my contraption that I got for my birthday. So let me show you my 2 skeins of yarn. As you can see, I have them set up for the outside pull. This one I accidentally pulled on the inside pull because I thought it was the outside pull, but it's over here. But yeah, so I'm about to get into these and hopefully it works. I don't want to like be walking and then like getting tangled or anything, so we're gonna test it out for the first time today, see how it works, and then I'm hoping to finish that second panel or second front panel today, and then whenever my heart desires, might be tomorrow, might be a little bit after I finish that front panel, to do the start the sleeves. Like I said, this is my lifeline, and I also realized, I was like, this video is indeed a part of my destashing series because I am trying to use up my yarn stash so that I can buy new yarn. Like, when I started this project, which I started after I started the current pro one that I'm on, I didn't go in, I went in there to buy yarn for this project, and they didn't sell the Loops and Threads Impeccable tweed yarn, and I'm like, you know what, I shouldn't even buy that yarn, even if the color did match. The reason I didn't buy it online is because I was like, I can't tell if the colors match or not, so I wanted to get it in person, and it wasn't in the Michaels I went to in person. So now I'm in the situation where I'm like, I really hope that the last 2 skeins, because those 2 skeins I just showed you are all I have left. Like, I'm hoping I can make this work. Like, this better look good on it because I just know for a fact I'm gonna need it. Like, I just know, like, each panel the is 20 color changes. Sorry, 30 color changes. And then I don't know how much of the sleeves, like, you know, so it's slightly bigger than my other one, because I think my other one, the pink and white one that I made for myself, was like 28 color changes. So yeah, okay, so I'll be back. It is much later. It is now 2:41 a.m. I actually stopped like halfway through that second front panel, went to get a milkshake and some Taco Bell at 12 a.m. Yep. The cravings were cravings, so I went and got it and came back, and I just finished that second front panel. My only issue right now is I just seamed it up the side and have the armhole ready. I wanted to seam up this side and before starting the sleeves, but I'm like, since the yarn is attached, I want to just start working on the sleeves, so I'm just gonna give it a quick little try for you, even though this part is not closed. And that's the reason I wanted to do check is because this top is a little different than the one from my Valentine's Day outfit video. This one is supposed to overlap a bit, and I'm gonna try to post the second video before I post this video. I also made a custom order for my sister, and it was the same pink and white colorway for that same set that I have, you know, with this pattern. But for hers, the top came out bigger than the measurements that I took. So I was confused because I thought that I had the measurements right, but it did not come out that way. So what ended up happening is hers overlapped and it looked cute. So I was like, oh, I'm making another one in the same pattern for myself. So I was like, how about I give myself one that overlaps instead of giving myself another one that goes straight down the middle. So that's what I did. I made this panel, I think the bottom was like 40 stitches. I think it's 40, and this one I made 50. I might have to go back and count, but I don't want to, and it doesn't really matter. So I'm like, those are the numbers I said, so those are the numbers they are, right? So anyway, just to give you an idea of what it would look like, it would overlap like this. My only thing is, yeah, this side is seamed up, but this one is not. So I'm like, where does it actually fall? This is what I was trying to figure out. Like, if it falls here, then this would still overlap, but it wouldn't be as much. But I guess it doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure that it overlaps a bit. Like, if it somehow came down the middle, I'd be confused. I'd be like, this side is not that much bigger. They're equal sides, you know? So, yeah. It overlaps. I have my whole thing of buttons here, and I really wanted to put these buttons, but at the same time that I was like, I want to use those buttons, I was also like, I don't want to use these buttons because they're like clear, and these are light colors, so I just feel like it wouldn't stand out. So I may or may not. And then I also have these, which may look good on it. The only thing is about these buttons is the way that I have to, like, if you're gonna make it overlap like that, you need something that will snap on the inside. And little sewing kits, they do have that thing. And that's what I used on my sister's top. So I'm gonna have to go order some of those. I think I want to try and get some bigger ones because those other ones were real small, but they work with the buttons that I put on her top. So if I'm gonna go buy those, I might as well buy buttons as well. So that's the update. I don't think I'm gonna start the sleeve tonight, or yeah, tonight. It's 2 a.m. so I think I'm done with this. And the yarn usage, not sure. I can't really tell. Usually, like, I can't tell if it's enough to make both sleeves. That's what I can't tell just looking at them, because they kind of look like full skeins of yarn. But I know that they're not. Like, they're smaller than the full skein, but because I was doing the outside, like, I don't know. I'm like, are they equivalent to this cake? Each of them? If I kicked it up, would it look like this? I don't know. So, yeah, I want to say that we're halfway through each skein, but I also want to say it's a little less than half. And I would show you again, but yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. So I am going to, it's attached to, okay, let me just, it's heavy. Oh my gosh. I'm picking it up so you can see. So like they look like full skeins, kinda. Oh, I know. Silly me. So I still have the thing. It went over pretty easily. There's only a little bit of room, so I want to say that it's a bit more than half is left. So maybe 3/4, 3/4. Yeah, that's what I want to say. So that's the end of that. Rant over. It's time to go live life. I'm here with a small update. So I've been working on the sleeve. I'm 11 rows in and it's like almost completely up to my elbow. So I'm thinking 13 rows will get it to the elbow, and then just guesstimating based on the length and, you know, measuring it out. I'm like, I think 13 plus 13 would make 26, so I'm thinking I need to do 26 rows for each sleeve. I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to continue right now. I think I'm going to take a small break from this. I'm just tired of working in the round. Even though because of the pattern it's not as tedious as normal sleeves are. But, and I also had to restart. I did 4 rows earlier and then it was just a bit wider than the whole, so I had to remove like one little cluster, and I removed it in the armpit area, so it seemed to work out. Seems to be appropriate now. I don't know if I'll try to do any decreases because I'm like, I could potentially try to do some decreases along the arm, but I'm like, it's already like a pretty snug fit already, so I'm like, I think it's fine. So I'm just hoping that I have enough yarn to like get through it. So what I plan to do is I plan to do maybe like, so if I'm at 11 now, 13 is halfway, maybe 16 rows, cut the yarn and then attach it to the other side and start the other side and get to those 16 rows, see how much yarn I have left, and then from there I can decide what to do. And from there I can decide what to do. So yeah, I'm just, oh my gosh, it keeps losing focus. I'm just a bit worried. It does seem like a decent amount of yarn right now, but it's like, I'm only halfway done with one sleeve, you know? So it's like, when I get finished with one sleeve, would it really be enough to finish the other sleeve? And then my thing is, if it doesn't work out like that, right? What I could do is if I only do half of one sleeve, do the other half, and work back and forth like that, then potentially I can buy the yarn from Michaels. They're Impeccables. I can buy Michael, oh my gosh. I can buy Michael's Impeccable yarn, and then I can finish the rest of the sleeve with that, and then both sleeves look even, so it looks more intentional. But let's hope it doesn't come down to that. So I'll see you guys. And oh, also I need to buy the clasps. I think I'll have to buy them online because online from Michaels, because the ones that they have in store are the smaller ones, and I want like just slightly bigger ones, like just slightly bigger than the ones they have in store, so that it's easier to clasp them. But we'll get there when we get there. I don't know how long it's gonna take to finish this project, but I hope that I can finish it soon. But looking at the yarn, I'm like, I really don't know if it's enough to do 2 sleeves, but I'm trying my best. Well, I am back with this video. I have been working on this project for however long. I don't remember when I started it. I haven't filmed in a long time either because the video is already long. Like, I put all the clips that I had already filmed in, and it's a long video. So I was like, I'm not gonna film anything unless it's like a significant update. So I'm here with a significant update. So I ran out of yarn. This is all that's left of the original skein of white tweed, and I have no more of the gray tweed. And I just wanted to show you that I did 21 rows on the sleeves on this one, and then I switched over to this side and I only got up to like I think 18. And today I went to Hobby Lobby. It wasn't yarn week, and I just was trying to break up my drive because I had a long drive, and I was like, I'll stop. And I picked this up. It's not an exact color match, and I'm gonna show you, but this is Tin Roof. Tin Roof, that's what this is. And as you can see, can you see? The original tweed gray is much lighter. This one's a little darker, just a little bit more on the blue spectrum, I would say. And then I also bought some of this. They're both I Love This yarn. I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is Ivory Tweed. And tell me if those don't look the freaking same, basically. Like, finding a color to match this was kind of easy. Like, there were a couple yarns in Michaels, like not specifically loops and thread, but like Red Heart had a brand of yarn that could match. This one is the best one I think I've seen in person. There was another brand on Hobby Lobby that kind of matched, but there was like a silkier, satiner yarn, like similar to the Karen Simply Soft Cakes. And yeah, I was like, this is definitely like a really good color match, but they don't have any other like tweed. Like, I saw another gray, but it had like colorful speckles in it. It was called confetti. It was called gray confetti, and I was just like, damn, that was the right shade of gray, the wrong colors inside. Like, it was bright colors, and I was like, that's not gonna work. And like this, I saw it and I was like, I know it's not gonna be like the right shade of gray, but at the same time I was like, it's the closest I'm gonna get without like going online and buying a skein of yarn from somebody else, like who happens to have the Big Twist tweed yarn. So that's what I did, and you can tell the color difference, but because I'm about to start row 21 on this side, so I'm like, it'll even out. Like, it'll look somewhat intentional because it'll be like only 2 rows on this are gonna be a little bit longer than this side with this new color, but they'll both have that new color. So I'm like, it'll be fine. And then, since this jacket is also one that I'm making, cardigan, I'm making with clasps, I bought this to put extra clasp in just because, you know, I bought multiple. I didn't buy only enough for this project. So I bought these kinds that seem super easy to sew on. So I bought these. I had to, and they're magnetic, as you can tell. So I bought, how many of these? I bought 4 of these, and then I bought 2 of these. These ones are the ones that, oh my gosh, they're so hard to, there you go. They also are the ones that you like push together and pin together. But I was like, when I made a jacket for my sister like this, I used those smaller ones, and I'm like, this just seems so difficult to like constantly keep opening and closing, which is why I ended up going with these ones. But yeah, and also I'm confused because I'm like looking at them, all the schematics are the same, but they're different prices. It makes no sense. Like, one is $1.99 and one is $1.79, and it's also 2 of each. So I have 2 that cost $1.79 and 2 that cost $1.99, and I'm like, they both say you know, 2 sets black nickel, 5/8" 14 millimeters. Like, you know, they're all Sewology magnet snaps. Like, there's nothing different about the packaging other than the price. So that was weird. Didn't notice until she was ringing me up, but I was like, hey, just trying to get out of here. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this, and the next time I come back will probably be when I'm done, because I don't want this video to be too long. Guys, I am here with my finished cardigan as I promised. I actually wore it out today to work, and I'm very hot, so I'm like, let me film this quick, even though it's like chilly. It's hot in here. So yeah, I finished the cardigan. I sewed on these buttons, or yeah, I guess metallic closures yesterday. I sewed on about 7 of them. I'm thinking I should sew on another one up here, but it wasn't a big deal. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of an overview. Can you see the difference? Can you? So if you can tell, in the last clip I talked about running out of yarn, having to buy yarn from Hobby Lobby. The gray was not a color match. I couldn't find any gray in Michaels or Hobby Lobby that matched. This one was like the best option in terms of like not the gray, but like the speckles. Like, it looked like a tweed yarn-ish, but it wasn't a tweed yarn. And then the color match for the other color worked out perfectly fine. Like, I do wish that, like, the people did recommend, hey, you know, go on like Ravelry or somewhere and see if anybody was like giving away or selling the Tweed Big Twist yarn, but I just wasn't in the mood for all of that, because I was like paying for shipping, waiting. Then I just wanted this project to be over. I've been working on it for months. Would have ended it quicker if I didn't run out of yarn and wasn't like upset at the idea of running out of yarn. So anyway, let me show you finished products. So see, paired it with my gray pants and worked out great. As you can see, there's these metallic closures. I put one over here because if I didn't, it would like hang out and look weird, so I made sure to put one there. And then I have one here. Ugh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 along this line and then one down here, just to keep it, you know, on the up and up. I love it. It is exactly how I envisioned, except for this, like, the color change in the sleeve. Also, they're not even, which I'm a bit annoyed about. I'm like, maybe if the color change was even, it would be okay. But like, this side has 2 more of the stripes of the dark gray than this one, and like today when I was wearing it, I didn't really notice it, so like, it wasn't the biggest of deals. But yeah, this is a finished product. I'm happy with it. The only thing is I kind of want to add pockets, but I don't know, like with the cardigans like this, I'd never know where to like put a pocket that would like work with the style. And also I don't have, I mean, I do have the gray, like this dark gray yarn left, but I wouldn't want to put that anywhere else, especially because everything else is more cohesive and whatnot. So yeah, it's a little weird to do that. And before I end this video, I just wanted to show you this. I made this kit, like, so I finished sewing this up yesterday, and then yesterday was Monday. Sewed on the buttons, but I like finished the cardigan on Sunday. Like, I added the finishing touches. Saturday is when I finished doing the sleeves and everything. So I was like, oh, I had some, obviously I had leftover yarn from those 2 new skeins. So with the I Love This Yarn Tweed, and I think it was ivory, right? I made this cat beanie. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna put it up for sale or not. It does look good on me, so I might keep it, but I have a bunch. So yeah, I made that hat, finished this. I'm like, things are going well. I think I'm gonna try and make another cat hat with the rest of this gray yarn. I just have to check the yardage of, because I feel like this gray was a little less than the ivory skein in terms of yardage, so I'll just have to check that to make sure. But yeah, I'm finished with the project. I hope you guys like this video. It's a pretty long video, which is why I was like, yeah, no more updates. It's just, that was an update. Here's the finished project. I hope you like the finished project. I like it. I had fun doing it. I'm glad that I did 2 single rows of single crochet on the sleeves to like tighten them in, because they were very loose. I think that if I had made the sleeves just a little tighter, that would have saved me some yarn, but you know, it was hard enough trying to figure out how to decrease with this stitch without it being super duper obvious, and I can't even see where I did those decreases. Like here, like here's what a decrease looks like. It's just phasing out one of these columns, so it's like there would have been an extra one here, but it goes into this one and continues. Like doing that multiple times, I'm not here to do the math. So but anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, which hopefully is me either finishing my blanket that I'm working on or something new and exciting. I'm probably gonna start another D-stash series. That hat was supposed to be in the second video, but I didn't record it, so you guys got in this one. But yeah, be back for my next one. I don't know what it is yet, but it will be a good video. Bye!